Hey friends, welcome back to Erini's Corner. Today we are working this beautiful 3D chevron pattern. This pattern can be used for blankets, for pillowcases. If you're gonna work it in cotton yarn, it can be a beautiful bag. You have lots of options to work with this pattern, and you won't believe how easy it is to crochet it. Now, for the material that we're gonna use today, we're gonna be working with two different colors of yarn in worsted yarn, and that is weight 4 yarn, and I'm gonna be using a 5.5 millimeter hook. Now, this piece right here, this one is crocheted using a 4 millimeter hook. So as you can tell, it doesn't have a lot of movement, like it is a little bit stiff. So if you want to work this pattern into a pillowcase, then maybe you want to go down with your hook size to a 4.5 or even a 4 millimeter, similar to that one. But if you wanted to have that drapey effect for a blanket, so it's more flowy, then go with a 5.5 or even a 6 millimeter hook. So again, we're going to be using two different colors of yarn. You can use as many or as few colors as you want for this pattern. So you can even do each row in a different color if you wish to, or you can do it all in the same color. It's up to you. Now I want to show you the back of it as well. This is the back of the pattern here. Okay, so let's get started with our project today. I'm gonna be starting with the first color here. That will be yellow, and I'm gonna start with my slip knot right here. And for this pattern we need a multiple of 4 plus 3 for the chains. So you're gonna need a multiple of 4 and then add 3 more stitches before we begin the first row. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm gonna be crocheting a small swatch of 19 stitches. So that will be 4 by 4, that is 16, plus 3 more stitches, that will be 19 stitches. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. So here are my 19 stitches. Now to start the first row, we're going to be working a double crochet. So the 19 stitches are the stitches for the base. That doesn't include the turning chains. So I like to do a 1 turning chain by stretching the current loop that is sitting on my hook to the height of a double crochet stitch, and then chain 1, and this will be my turning chain. Now I know some people chain 2 and then turn, and then some people chain 3 and then turn. Like, this is how I do it. Feel free to use your way of doing your chains when you're working with double crochet stitches. So this is my turning chain, and then so I'm gonna skip that stretched stitch here, and then I'm gonna start working into the next stitch. And as I've mentioned, we're gonna be working a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And this is the first stitch for row 1. Now I'm gonna chain 1 and skip the next stitch and repeat the double crochet into the following stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. And we're gonna be repeating this for the whole pattern. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and we should end this row with a double crochet stitch. So work your way through the row, all the stitches, until you finish your first row. All right, so this is the end of row 1. So we started with a double crochet and we ended the row with a double crochet. Now after finishing this double crochet, we're gonna switch to the second color. So I'm gonna grab my color number 2 right here. I'm gonna be using white. And then I've already finished the stitch, so I'm gonna be pulling that yarn through the loop right here, and then pull on the yellow yarn, stretch my loop to the height of a double crochet, and then chain 1 right there. If you want, you can replace that with a chain 2 or a chain 3. Now I'm gonna be working first around the post of the last double crochet stitch of row 1, and around that post, this post there, I'm gonna be working 4 double crochet stitches. So yarn over, go around the post. So here is the post right there, so I'm gonna go around it and pull a loop, and then finish my double crochet stitch, and then I'm gonna repeat that 3 more times. Okay, so now the last double crochet right there is covered with the white double crochet, 4 double crochet posts covering the yellow double crochet underneath it. Now I'm gonna go on the chain on the base right here and work 4 more double crochet stitches to cover this chain 1 that we skipped at the bottom right here. So I'm gonna turn my work and work 4 double crochet in white. Sorry about the sound in the back. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but this is my dog sitting next to me and he's eating something, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's have a look right here. So now I've covered the double crochet post and the chain 1 from the foundation chain. Now I'm gonna be working my way up on this post and work 4 double crochet to cover this double crochet post. So I'm gonna turn and continue working 4 more double crochet stitches. So now I kind of worked a letter U around that square part. Okay, now I'm gonna go up here on this chain 1 space and work 4 double crochet stitches. The U, and then we move to the right. Now we're gonna move down on that post and start repeating what we have done right here. So we're gonna start the U again. So I'm gonna go down around the chain 1 of the foundation chain, and then up on that post, and then to the right around the chain 1 of this side of the row. And we're gonna keep going up and down until we reach the last post right here, this one. And this post, we should end up on this side of the post. Okay, so it should be similar to what we did on this post. So let's work it together and see how it goes. So here is our second U letter right here. Now we're ready to work on the top side here, 4 more, and then start another U. All right, so this is what the second row looks like. So as you can see here, we did a U, so this part here is not covered with the white yarn, and then we did a connection and then a U, connection, U, connection, U, until we reached the end. We did a U, and we always gonna be ending this row, the repeat of this row, on the top right side. Okay, so we have color 1 here on the top left side, and we have color 2 on the top right side. Now for round number 3, after we finish the last double crochet right here, we're gonna go into the space and do a slip stitch. Here we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna stretch my loop again and chain 1, so that will be my kind of turning chain, and then I'll go back into that space right here and do a double crochet, chain 1, and I'm not gonna be skipping any stitches. I'm gonna go back into that space and do a double crochet, and then chain 1, move to the next space right here, double crochet, chain 1, back into the space, double crochet. Now chain 1, move to the following space, double crochet, chain 1, back to the same space and double crochet, and then chain 1. So in every space we're doing a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then before we move to the next space we do a chain 1 until you finish the row and you reach the end of your spaces. Okay, so here is the end of row number 3. Okay, now we're gonna switch to color 1. So I already finished the double crochet right here, and then I'm gonna yarn over and pull using color 1. And now what I did with color 2 right here, the U's, the connected U, I'm gonna be doing it using color 1. So first I'm gonna pull my hook to the height of a double crochet and yarn over and pull. Now I'm gonna be working on around these posts, the white posts right here. So I'm gonna start with this post, and work 4 double crochet around that post. So here is 1, okay. Next, I'm gonna push these 2 double crochet posts apart and expose that yellow chain 1 right here, and I'm gonna work 4 double crochet into that space. So here is 1, and next I'm gonna be working around that double crochet there. So I'm basically doing the same thing I did with row number 2, except that the double crochet shape has changed a little bit. The posts that we're working around, they are not squares anymore. They're kind of squished into a triangle. Okay, so after finishing this letter U, let's look at it from the right side right here. So here's letter U right there. Now I'm gonna do the connection. So I have a chain 1 here that I'm gonna be working 4 double crochet around it. So here is the triangle of the double crochet, chain 1 double crochet. So I'm gonna be working around that post, and then right here in that chain 1 space, and then up on that post. Okay, let's have a look here. So here is the second U right there, and the connection made. Now I'm gonna start working around the triangle here with the chain 1 space in between the 2 posts right here. So 4, 4, and 4, and then the connection, and I'll keep working my way all the way until I finish the 4 double crochet around this post, and then my work should end up right on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the row and meet you at the end to show you how we work our way back again. All right, so end of row number 4 right there. So letter U, connection U, connection U, connection, until we reach the end with a letter U, and we're ending our row with the yarn on the top right side. So we have 1 right here, and the opposite color is on the opposite side. Okay, now as you can see, it doesn't look like a chevron, it just looks like kind of a zigzag, each row on its own. So what we do at this point, or maybe after working a couple of more rows, it's all up to you, it doesn't make a difference, we start nesting the 2 rows this way. So we start bringing them together and pulling them with our hand this way. Okay, so let's start the repeat of row number 3 again together, just to show you again. Now at the end of the fourth double crochet, we go back into the space and we do a slip stitch, and then we pull our loop, we stretch it to the height of a double crochet, and then we chain one and we go back into the space and do a double crochet, chain one, double crochet, and before we move to the next space, don't forget to chain one, and we start again. So double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and then we move to the next space. Okay, and this is the pattern. It's a repeat of rows 3 and 4, and we keep nesting the 2 rows like this into each other to get that chevron effect as our work starts growing in size. Okay, that is again the final for it. This one is a little bit tighter because it was made with a 4mm hook. This one is gonna be a little bit looser as we work it, since we're working with a 5.5mm hook. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And as always, stay safe and keep crocheting. See you next time.